Okay, hey guys, Mr. Manning, and this is going to be a pretty short video about how to do the computer buying scenarios. So this is going to be a 4.0 item on your summative, and basically the goal is for you to um, hear some information about a person that is looking for a computer and take the things that they need or want to be able to do with that computer and then make a suggestion on what kind of computer they need. So what I'm going to want you guys to be able to do is kind of break down their needs and think about, okay, if they need to be able to do this, they need this amount of RAM. If they need to be able to do this, they need this size of hard drive, and so on. So to practice this, I have posted the computer buying scenarios, and there are two of them. We're looking at one right now. If you open your document, you'll see that there is a scenario for a guy named Jason and a scenario for a woman named Miranda. So I thought we could probably go through the Jason one together and kind of hopefully demonstrate for you a little bit what I'm wanting. Um, so here's the deal. There's this guy named Jason, and he is a freshman at a local community college. So he's probably 18 or 19 years old, most likely. He's looking for a computer to do some schoolwork. He needs to be able to run the latest version of Microsoft Office. So if you're not very familiar with Microsoft Office, that's like Word and PowerPoint and stuff. Generally, it doesn't take a whole lot of computing power to run. Jason's also an avid computer gamer and wants a machine that can handle the latest computer games. All right, so that's a big piece of information because gaming puts a lot of strain on a computer's power, especially the brand new games that are coming out. If you want to be able to run them really well, you're going to need a fairly powerful machine. He's looking for a machine that will get him through the next couple of years until he graduates. He would also like to be able to easily upgrade it if necessary at a later date. So that's another big piece of information. There are certain types of computers that are not very easy to upgrade, and there are some that are. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. And then it says, because you're taking this class, Jason has asked you to choose a computer that fits his needs. Okay, so what you should kind of do is like first think about these things. And on the summative, I'm going to ask you to think about these things as well. So let's talk about type of computer. So as you hopefully remember, there are four types. There's a desktop, a laptop, an all-in-one, and a tablet. Uh, Laptops and tablets are very portable. Desktops and all-in-ones are not. So if portability is important to somebody, then that will help you narrow it down. Also, the desktop computer is probably much better if you want to upgrade it. Desktops are larger machines, they have larger boxes, it's easier to get into them and to switch out parts. Um, Tablets are practically impossible, laptops are very difficult, and all-in-ones are also very difficult to upgrade. So since I am looking at Jason's needs, it says that he wants to be able to easily upgrade it. That kind of tells me right now that he probably is wanting a desktop computer. Also, he's a computer gamer. If you remember, there are kind of two main types or styles of computer. That would be PC and Mac. And in the previous module, you did an activity with that. PCs are much better for gaming. So if Jason really likes to play games, he's going to definitely want a PC. So right here where it says computer type, I'm going to put PC desktop. Now, there are lots of brand names for PCs. You can get like a Dell or an HP or Alienware. I mean, there's bunches of them. I don't need you to get that specific, but as long as you know that it needs to run Windows for gaming and that it needs to be a desktop so it can easily be upgraded, that makes sense. Okay, so processor speed. I was talking about how the computer games require a lot of processing power. An average processor for 2018 is somewhere between 2.0 gigahertz and 4.0 gigahertz, and the higher the better. So I would say for Jason, he's going to need something that's at least 3.0 and maybe even closer to 3.5. So I'm just asking for you to give an estimate. You don't have to be like right on the dot. And in fact, there's really no correct answer. Um, there are good answers and then there's kind of like poor answers. But I'm going to say 3.5 gigahertz. Now, if Jason was off looking for a computer and he's got a budget of $750 and he finds one that's like 3.4 gigahertz, he probably wouldn't turn it down. It's not that major, but this is kind of the range he wants to be in. Okay, kind of the same thing applies to RAM. He's going to need a lot of RAM to be able to run the latest games. 8 gigabytes and higher is considered to be a fairly good amount of RAM. For Jason, I think he's going to want at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. Once again, if he finds a machine that's in his budget that's a little bit less than that or a little bit over that, that's fine. All right, so hard drive size, games take a lot of space. Some of the latest games can be like up to 50, 60 gigabytes. So I would imagine that he's going to need something probably in the 1 terabyte range or higher. So I'm going to put 1 TB. Now, the total price thing is if you were to go out and actually buy this computer or actually find it, and I'm not expecting you guys to actually go shopping for this. If you want to give yourself a little extra challenge, you can. But this total price section, you can either leave blank or you can try to go do it on your own. Okay. Finally, down here at the bottom, I'm going to want you to give me a couple of sentences on why you think this is the correct computer for him. So you might put something like, Jason needs a PC because he likes to game and they are better than Macs at gaming. He also needs a desktop because he wants to be able to upgrade easily. And if you want to put in some info about like this processor speed, the RAM, and the hard drive, go ahead. So that's about it. You're connecting somebody's needs with the actual style of computer and what it has inside of it. The reason this is a 4.0 item is because you're going above just simply knowing the parts of the computer, but also understanding how they relate to the use of the computer. Okay, guys, I hope you found this useful. Why don't you try to do Miranda's on your own? Good luck.